welcome back. So I thought today would be a little bit of a different video. I am sorry about the lighting. The lighting is kind of awful. I'm using a flashlight that Birdie used to use for security. It's really bright. We still don't have the light fixed in here, so yeah. Today I guess I want to talk about more of a little hard subject to talk about, honestly. But if it helps people, then that's great. So I want to talk about my cutting experience. Yeah. There's not much else I can really describe about it, but I'm just gonna get right into it. So I started cutting in grade 6. I know that's really young, but that's when I started, and the reason I initially started was because everyone else did it. That's honestly why I did it. It sounds really bad, really pathetic, whatever you want to call it, but that is why I started initially. I came to school with what I cut because I wanted to show them what I cut with, and with cuts on my arms. Yeah. So one of my friends that I showed actually went to the guidance counselor and told them, and I got dragged into the guidance counselor's office. Everybody in the school knew. Everybody. Can't trust friends to keep secrets, hey? Yeah. Anyways, I had to go to the guidance counselor, and she said that if I don't call my mom, she's going to. So we sat there, and the person who ratted me out was there too. Whatever. And I called my mom, and I had to tell her I cut. I got grounded for 2 weeks, which I don't know. I don't know what they thought that would do, but I got grounded. It was just, and then my mom asked to see it, and we just never really talked about it since then. Yeah. But moving on, I'm pretty sure I didn't cut until, I might have periodically, but I don't think I really got into it again until grade 8. It was like the end of grade 7, beginning of grade 8. And I don't know. I didn't like my life. I didn't like anything about me. So yeah, I didn't get really into cutting until like grade 9. And then I cut for like reasons being I didn't like how I looked. I thought no guy would ever like me. You can see the dust particles. Yeah, it I don't know. I know people who looked at me and stuff. They thought I did it for attention. I didn't. I only did it that once because everybody else did it. Just simply wasn't for attention. I would do 100 cuts on each arm. I would carve the Mario star into my wrist because I thought that was cool. I was really into scarification then, so I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I was really bad. Like, yeah, it got bad. Like I said, I never did it for attention, but I did it so that there wasn't a single moment that I didn't have cuts on my arms. I struggled with not being happy with myself, not being happy with the situation about me being adopted, not being happy with not having a boyfriend. Like, I thought that it wasn't good enough. I was going through issues with friends and how they would always like trash talk me and just not be good friends, honestly. Yeah, I don't know why I'm holding Q-tips. Yeah. I didn't stop cutting until I believe grade 11. And then it was about a year after I stopped cutting in grade 11 that I slipped up. But I haven't cut since. I've honestly, I've been tempted. It's not just to harm yourself, it's an addiction. It's a very unhealthy addiction. Like, I did it way too much. I don't suggest anybody does it. I mean, I know that you guys think that might be the only way to get over your pain, but there's lots of people out there that are just like you. They just need help. I needed help, and I never thought in that moment that I needed help because I thought that it was just normal. It was something I did. It was an addiction and it felt good. I relieved all my stress and all my pain through cutting myself. So, unfortunately for me, after I stopped cutting, not the act of cutting, but something bad happened. I don't exactly, my doctor didn't even know what was wrong with me, but for some reason, my scars on my arms, you could barely see them. Okay, mind you, like, you could literally barely see them. But, because of, I don't know what this disease thing was. I think it was like a type of eczema, but I had like little bumps on all of my scars to the point that you'd look at my arms and you would see little bumps in lines all the way up my arm. And my right arm was the worst. You can see them when it's too cold or too hot. Slightly, like you have to really look for it. But I was fortunate enough that I have nothing on my arms. I have no scars, like, that you can visibly see, but there's some people out there that cut so bad that they have raised up scars, and of course I went through that period of time where I wasn't cutting, but, excuse me, but the scars were really raised up, because of that disease thing, I don't know. Looking back on it, I don't think I would have changed. I really don't. It was a part of me. It was a learning experience. I've learned from it. I've overcome it. It was just part of who I was. And I've done it since grade 6 up until grade 11. And now, I don't know. Sorry, it's just really hard to talk about. I've just, I don't know, some advice for people who look at people who cut themselves and think they're doing it for attention. Half of the time, no. Like, more than half the time, no. I showed off my scars sometimes. I did. I would show them to people and be like, I cut. Because I was just in like, I don't fucking care what you think. This is who I am, and if you can't accept it, then it sucks to be you. Everybody goes through things. Everybody does. Whether or not you look at, like, a girl and you're like, she's got her life all well together, she's beautiful, she's got the perfect body, everything, she's going through something. You just can't see it. People really need to stop judging books by covers because, let's face it, not everybody shows how they are on the outside. I never did. I still don't. Like, me and Brody don't have a job, and I'm really struggling, and my cars might get impounded if I don't pay the money in, not this Friday, but next Friday, so, like, but I don't show it. I don't let that bother me. I don't let it get me down. But some people just don't show it because they don't want people to know that they're struggling or know that they need help. And a lot of the times, people who cut, they need somebody to be there for them. They need somebody to tell them it's going to be okay, not be disgusted when they look down at their arms. They need somebody that can help them overcome it and understand that it is a disease and it is an addiction, not just a habit, or they do it just because. I went through this. There's this one girl in school who would go around telling everybody that I would do it for attention, like me and my friend did it for attention, and that we weren't really serious about it, and we just wanted people to be concerned for us, even though we don't need anybody to. Our lives are well together. She even had people calling us desperate. High school's cruel. It is a cruel, cruel, cruel place. Looking back on high school and the way I was to other people who were struggling, or anything, I regret it. I was a horrible person in high school too, and I'm not gonna not admit it. But, of course, during the time, I never saw that. me and Brody would be dating longer if it wasn't for the fact that it was a piece of shit and shallow. I mean, he's a dime now, but I didn't think so then. So yeah, that was really off topic. That part about Brody, like, I'm sorry about that.
Hey guys, excuse the face change and clothes change. I was just editing this video and didn't realize that I didn't film an outro because I'm auto smart. Yeah, if you guys are struggling with anything and want advice or help, just feel free to leave that in the comments section. I'll get to you. If you like this video at any point in time, I mean, it's a really interesting subject, but if you can relate or anything, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe and become a Moon Balloon today. Peace, late, grandmas.